Welcome to our homepage. This is the home of tons of free resources for Pennsylvania researchers, plus the books we write. We have published atlases for 7 counties: Berks, Dauphin, Fayette, Greene, Lancaster, Washington, and Westmoreland. These atlases are based on the Township Warrantee Maps that we purchased from the Pennsylvania State Archives, and they show the meets and bounds tract boundaries for land that was transferred from the colonial or state government to individuals. The warranty maps were never indexed before we started working on them. We included each of these township maps and transcribed every fact on every tract. Then we cropped the township warranty map to exclude extraneous information, and we added atlas coordinates, which we then added to transcriptions for each tract. If the draftsman did not include the survey book, we looked it up using the warrant register for each county. We also added footnotes from county histories and other sources. Also, for the counties that have GIS departments, we engaged them to create geo-referenced maps showing the original tracts superimposed over current road maps, and we included them in the atlases as well. This is a warranty map of one rather complicated township. Starting in 1907, draftsmen in the Pennsylvania Land Office began collecting the loose surveys for each county, brushed off the rat dung, and platted them within current township boundaries. They created these maps showing the meets and bounds of the first land tracts owned by individuals. Thus, warranty maps show the warranty and the patentee for each original tract of land. In other words, the maps show the first landowners of the county and their transactions. Until we started our project, these maps had not been indexed. We purchased these township warranty maps from the Pennsylvania State Archives and transcribe every fact shown on every tract. We look up many of the surveys and make additions and corrections where warranted. We also add footnotes from county histories that contain more details on many of the first settlers. If you click on the county of interest, you'll see what each atlas includes and how to use the information to order copies of the original documents from the Pennsylvania State Archives. If you'd like to know what surnames appear in each township or the entire atlas, there are 2 free indexes for each county, organized by name and by township. Don't forget to look for allied families who may appear in adjoining townships. This is a page from the Lower Paxton Township of our Dauphin County Atlas. You will see that the warranty and patentee names are often different, indicating the land was transferred or sold to other individuals after the warranty received it. Sometimes several sales took place between the warrant and patent dates. There was no law that required these transfers to be officially recorded. Be sure to look in all columns. Your ancestor may be in the warranty, survey, or patent column, as well as in a footnote. Sometimes the only way you will know your ancestor settled here is if we found him as a neighbor to someone else on a survey, or she was mentioned in a county history. Also keep in mind that transfers of land often took place among relatives, so keep a record of everyone connected to a tract. These neighboring settlers often acted as witnesses to wills and deeds, worshipped in the same church, and acted as sponsors or godparents to children, fought against Indians or Tories together, and generally were intimately involved in each other's lives. While you may not find your ancestor mentioned in a county history or pension record, you can deduce a lot if you find a neighbor in those records. The 7th column contains the patent book before the dash and the page number after the dash. This, of course, refers to the document that gave final title to the landowner, the patent. You can write to the Pennsylvania State Archives for a copy of the original warrant, survey, and patent. The next to last column contains a survey book before the hyphen and the page number after the hyphen. On this page, I've pointed to Robert Armstrong's entry where the survey book is given as Book A82, page 16. Remember that these are the ledgers into which the original survey was copied, probably as the WPA project. You can obtain the original survey from the Pennsylvania State Archives if you like. The copied survey books are currently posted online by the Pennsylvania State Archives under the direction of Head Archivist Jonathan Stair. The URL is very long, but go to www.phmc.pa.gov and click on Land Records. This is the portal for all of the online land records for Pennsylvania posted by the Pennsylvania State Archives. After clicking on www.phmc.pa.gov and then Land Records to get to the portal, scroll down the page to see the 5 steps of the land acquisition process. Now click on Images of all surveys. This is the portal for the copied survey books. Remember that I was interested in Robert Armstrong from the Dauphin County Atlas, whose survey was entered in Survey Book A82, page 16. I must find the column for the A volumes and scroll down until I find Book A82. Then click on that link. All of the digitized pages of volume A82 are on this page. Click on page 16. Note that both the front and reverse sides of the document have been scanned and posted, so be sure to examine both sides. Here is Robert Armstrong's survey. Pay attention to the neighbors and the description. You can often find a lead for further research by using this information. A copy of Robert Armstrong's original survey can be ordered from the same PHMC portal. Simply provide all of the information from the atlas on their order form. And remit their fee, of course. Don't forget to consult the footnotes, of course. In this case, for example, even though Valentine Baker received the official warrant for this tract in 1787, John McCullum was evidently living on the tract in 1768, and John Kishner was there in 1771. The record of someone living on an adjacent tract when it was surveyed may be the only trace of that person in the township before moving elsewhere. Each of our county atlases is separated into chapters, one for each township as it exists today. After cropping the Township Warrantee Maps we purchased from the Pennsylvania State Archives, we superimpose atlas coordinates onto the warrant maps. You will find the coordinate location of each tract in the last column. Refer to the map with coordinates at the beginning of each township chapter to find your ancestors' land. As a separate issue, we also contracted with the GIS departments of 4 counties, all but the western counties, to superimpose the warranty maps onto current road maps to the best of their ability. There are few actual landmarks on the warranty maps, and rivers and springs have changed their flow over time, so the GIS professionals had little to help them fit the meets and bounds lines to exact locations. But the georeferencing they were able to do should help you locate your ancestors' land using today's roads. Here's an example of a survey that indirectly shows a maiden name. James Chestnut received his land in right of his grandfather Daniel McFarland. Since James Chestnut's father would have the same surname, his mother's maiden name must have been McFarland. You can also look up each of Chestnut's neighbors' surveys to see if there is additional information. Since families often migrated together, you may have to trace one of these families to find where your ancestor came from. Here's an example of the download page from our Dauphin County Atlas, where you can purchase either the entire atlas or individual townships. While we're selling atlases for 7 counties, we've also added free landowner maps to those pages as well. We hope you correlate those maps with censuses of the time period and with published county histories. We have added links to free county histories for each of the county pages. Some of the maps and atlases that are posted at Ancestor Tracks drill down to the town and city level. Here, for example, is a map that shows residents in Canonsburg, published in the 1856 map of Washington County. Thanks so much for listening. We hope you'll click on the QR code and explore all of the resources we have for tracking your Pennsylvania ancestors through their land tracts.